नमस्कार. आज आपण महाराष्ट्र वृक्ष संवर्धिनीचे संस्थापक डॉक्टर वामन दत्तात्रय वर्तक सरांच्या म्हणजे माझ्या गुरूंच्या स्मृतिप्रित्यर्थ एकत्र जमलेलो आहोत. महाराष्ट्र वृक्ष संवर्धिनी ही संस्था सरांनी स्थापली, नावारूपाला आणली आणि त्यातनं निसर्गाकरता सजग असे छान कार्यकर्ते सरांनी निर्माण केले. ह्या सगळ्या जो काही त्यांचा प्रवास आहे हा आम्ही सर्व स्टुडंटनी त्यांच्या बरोबरीने बघितला. सर आमच्या करता गुरुस्थानी होतेच, पण अख्ख्या महाराष्ट्रातनं खूप जण सरांकडे यायचे आणि सरांची वेगवेगळ्या रीतीने गायडन्स हा मागायचे. गुड इव्हनिंग एव्हरीबडी. Good evening, everybody. I welcome you all in this session. On behalf of Maharashtra Vriksha Samvardhini, Goa University Department of Botany and Department of Botany, Savitribai Phule Pune University, I welcome you all. We together, we are celebrating and we are actually observing this V.D. Vartak Memorial Lecture. Every year, we remember and pay our gratitude to our teacher, Dr. Vaman Dattatray Vartak. Sir, he was very dear to we all students, but he was also dear to many people who love nature. Many forest people, many layman who loves nature, who wants to know something more about people. He always welcome everybody. We actually student, we used to ask sir, why you are entertaining such people? He's telling no. They love people. They love people. Respecting nature is the first lesson taught by my teacher, and we are observing that. We all students of Dr. Vartak. Today, Dr. Sham, Dr. Vartak, sir's first student, he also joined. I am really happy. I welcome you, Dr. Sham, in this session.
Thank you, madam.
Just before this, we were informally speaking, and I talked with Dr. Sham that I'm the last student of Dr. Vartak, and Dr. Sham is the first. So today it is a coincidence that we two, both we are here and remembering our teacher. It's a really great coincidence. Dr. Vartak, he actually worked mostly in the taxonomy, floristics, and ethnobotany. All three were his very dear subjects. But afterwards, with the ethnobotany, his great contribution was in the whatever work he has done in the sacred groves. Most of his students, right from basic botany, they went to the applied botany side for the ethnobotany, its applications, its utilizations, and so on and so forth. Dr. Sham was our, first, the Bade Bandhu hote na. So he is like that for us. So we all refer his thesis again and again when we were in the as the student. Then afterwards, Dr. Sham actually worked a lot with the environmental department. He was heading it. He was in Noida, where he had done his whole career in the Delhi. So Dr. Vartak, he always very proudly used to say that my students, they are heading the department. Those were his words. We all remember. He used to tell our new students that, see, Dr. Sham is there. He is heading the environmental department. He is now, and then afterwards, he is a consultant for all different type of accreditation processes for the government. So I'm really, I know that Dr. Vartak, he must be very happy wherever he, because he's another student, Dr. Singh, he was heading the, in Kolkata, he retired as a director of BSI. So all sir's student, he was very proud of everybody. And I am really happy that Dr. Sham joined today. And I request Dr. Shyam now to say a few words about our teacher, Dr. V.D. Vartak. Dr. Shyam.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much, Dr. Anuradha, madam. Good evening to everyone. And first of all, my salutations to my mentor, Dr. V.D. Vartak. I am what I am today because of him. But for him, I wouldn't have been in a position where I am today. In fact, I am grateful to Dr. Ajit Vartak for providing this opportunity to share my fond memories of Dr. Vartak as the first student of Dr. Vartak. In fact, I didn't know that I was the first student for a few years. It was later that I was told that I was the first student of Dr. Vartak. In fact, Dr. Vartak happens to be the time that I spent with Dr. Vartak happens to be the best part of my life. I cannot forget sweet memories where I spent with him. I was lucky enough to have had wonderful time with him. And there are many many memories of him, but for the time being, I would share only one or two of them. A friend of mine, Dr. D.V. Narendra, a student of Dr. V.G. Rao, was my benefactor for the wonderful association I had with Dr. Vartak. In fact, it was more than a teacher-student relationship. As the days went by, we became more friendly than the teacher and the student relationship. And sorry?
Continue.
Yeah.
Please continue, sir.
Yeah, when Dr. Narendra called me to Pune to work with Dr. Vartak in Maharashtra Association for Science and Cultivation. Now it is being popularly called as Agarkar Institute. I was totally ignorant as to what kind of research I would pursue with Dr. Vartak. When I was introduced to Dr. Vartak, I found him to be a very humble person. He very calmly and coolly briefed me about the family Cisalpinaceae of the flora of British India, revision of the family Cisalpinaceae. And he very strictly warned me. He told me very in clear terms, saying that I'm not going to help you. You have to pursue your research on your own. I will help you only when you find difficulty. Those are the words which were used by Dr. Vartak when I met him first. In fact, these words gave me a lot of freedom. You see, to work freehand with a guide is the best opportunity because that is where you can probably think of novel ideas. But at the same time, it brings in a great responsibility as well. So I started my work on family Cisalpinaceae, and I also introduced a novel technique of identifying the plants through seed morphology. That was the first time identification of any plant through seed morphology was tried about. And Dr. Vartak was very pleased with the novel approach that I had started. And I also covered the pelinomorphology of the family Cisalpinaceae. Now, these things, but having done these, covered these aspects, I was the first one to complete the thesis in plant taxonomy inside 2.5 years, which was almost a record because everybody used to tell me that any research under taxonomy would consume about 5 years of time. And Dr. Vartak had no hesitation of approving my thesis for submission to Pune University. But that was a time when Professor T.S. Mahabale, who was heading the university department of botany, had retired, And he joined MEFCS at that point of time. And Dr. Vartak took me and then introduced my work to him. And then I came back after the introduction. Dr. Vartak, after meeting Professor Mahabale, came back to me and told me that Professor Mahabale desires that I have to wait for 6 more months. I was shocked. I was in fact shocked because I had completed my work and I was about to submit and then go for my degree. But Vartak, as he was very, very humble and also very calm and cool. He patted me and said, "Don't worry. I will recommend you to Professor Madhav Gadgil at the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. You go to him and then talk to him." Because Dr. Vartak and Madhav Gadgil were very good friends. When I came to Indian Institute of Science and met Professor Mangrove Ecosystem, he took me to Professor A.K. Reddy, and I started working on application of science and technology to rural areas, abbreviated as ASTRA at the Indian Institute of Science. Later on, of course, I finished my 6 months, and then I went back to Pune, submitted my thesis, and Professor B.A. Razi, who was a renowned taxonomist at that point of time from Bangalore, was our examiner. And he complimented not only me, but also Dr. Vartak for the wonderful introduction of seed morphology identification. And that was a great moment for both of us, because a word coming from a renowned taxonomist like B.A. Razi was really appreciable. So this paper was later on published in UK Journal. And I didn't know that this base work or foundation which Dr. Vartak laid for me would transform me into an environmentalist. In fact, the basic things that I learned from him helped me to move very well in my career. And although I struggled a lot to get a good job before joining National Thermal Power Corporation, many of my professors even today ask me, as a botanist, what the hell are you doing in a thermal power plant? And thermal power plant had a very challenging task. The ash ponds, which are an inert material, which has no basic nutrients, NTPC challenged me to take up the reclamation of that, which I successfully took it up. And that is the pride of NTPC even today. And I've not only converted the ash ponds into reclaimed areas, but also I have converted ash ponds of 55-meter height ash into a green area. Those are the sweet memories, and I also worked on geobotany, exploring the mineral deposits through plants. So the basic foundation that Dr. Vartak gave me has transformed me into an environmentalist, and I have brought some glory to this field of environment. And I've been recognized as an environmentalist, and I've been active even today. That's solely because of his blessings. So I seek his blessing to continue my good work. And thank you all for the opportunity given to me to remember a few memories of my association with Dr. Vartak. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Shah. Dr. Shah, it's really wonderful. Every student's journey is like that, but still, I'm sure our sir will be very happy knowing all this progress. In few minutes, you have covered a long journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good gratitude and remembrance of Dr. Vartak. Now I request Dr. Ajit to introduce today's speaker.
I'm especially happy to introduce today's guest speaker, renowned botanist, philatelist, Dr. Bernard from Goa University. Philately was actually my father's favorite hobby, as well as Goa was an important and special place for him. So we are really fortunate to have Dr. Bernard today here. Dr. Bernard has over 30 years of teaching and 33 years research experience. He has completed many research projects funded by different organizations, agencies. He has attended more than 165 national, international conferences, has chaired several scientific sessions. So far published about 150 research papers in national, international journals, edited 5 books, so far guided 13 PhD students and presently guiding 5 students. He was twice recipient of Young Scientist Research Award from Department of Science and Technology, New Delhi. Received Excellence Award from the Tanzanian Parents Network Foundation in 2010 for the contribution as Foreign Students Advisor of Goa University. Awarded the late Professor Bhide Memorial Award by Indian Society of Mycology and Plant Pathology in April 2016. Best Teacher State Award by Government of Goa in 2017. Dr. V. Agnihuruthu Memorial Award by Mycological Society of India in 2019. Professor R.P. Purkayastha Memorial Award by Indian Mycological Society in 2022. He is a Fellow of Mycological Society of India, Fellow of Indian Society of Mycology and Plant Pathology, Fellow of Indian Mycological Society. He is immediate past president of Mycological Society of India in 2021 to 22. He has visited many countries. As a renowned philatelist, he collects postal stamps on several themes. Some of them are India, Portuguese, then mushrooms, medicinal plants, flowers, fruits, vegetables, etc. As a philatelist, he has won a number of awards: gold medal with special jury award in 2014 and silver medal in 2019 at GoApex, gold and bronze medal in 2016 and a silver medal in 2019 at Mahapex, silver medal at Inpex in 2019. Presently, Dr. Rodrigues is president of Goa Philately and Numismatic Society. With this short introduction, now I request Professor Bernard to give his presentation.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. At the outset, let me thank Dr. Ajit for introducing me to this August gathering. It is indeed a privilege to deliver the late Dr. V.D. Vartak Memorial Lecture this evening, organized by the Maharashtra Vriksha Sambardhini, the departments of Savitribai Phule University, Pune, and Goa University. When Dr. Ajit first contacted me for a lecture on philately, I was a bit hesitant because I had never delivered any lecture earlier in the subject of philately, although I am a philatelist. But I still agreed at that moment to deliver a lecture on plants and stems. Although I am a botanist, my research interest is in mycology, and I'm not a hardcore taxonomist. So that was another issue that I had. So therefore, this particular presentation would be more from a philatelist perspective rather than a botanist. Well, can you see the slide?
Yes, sir. Little loudly you can speak.
Yeah, I will do that. Yes.
Yes.
Please. And slide is clear. Thank you.
So philately, we know that is a collection and study of postal stamps. The term was coined in 1864 by a Frenchman, Georges Hawkins. Besides being a hobby, it has recreational and educational value. At the present time, it is important that we need to promote philately to the younger generation. We need to arouse interest in them, especially in plants, in environmental issues through philately, because this is the era of climatic change and global warming. As per the first global assessment of the world's flora carried out by Kew Botanic Gardens, it is estimated that there are 390,900 plants known to science. Now the contents of my presentation would be I'll be talking on these aspects: the trees, the different type of trees, the flowering plants and the dunes, weedy plants. Then the insectivorous plants, medicinal and aromatic plants, fiber yielding plants, mangrove plants, and finally I'll come to the unusual stems. Now we know that the life arose in the aquatic uh, habitat, and then the transition from aquatic to terrestrial took place some 460 million years back, and that is the time this uh, Eglophyton majors is the first terrestrial or the land plant uh, as a result of this transition. And this plant, the fossil records of this plant, the roots, show the presence of these structures which are mycorrhizal fungi. Now the mycorrhizal fungi, they play a very important role in the nutrition of the plant, besides helping the plant against stresses like the temperature and various other, and thus makes the plant to grow better, or it brings in plant fitness. And that is the time 460 million years back would mean that there was not a single plant on this planet, and I mean in the terrestrial habitat. And then this plant could survive under extreme conditions of stress. So therefore, and then afterwards, the plant evolution, speciation, the diversity of plants came up, followed by the animals, and today we have the man ruling this planet. Now coming to the trees, this is Delonix regia, which is an ornamental plant. I will go first 4 or 5 plants would be ornamental plants, plants which have great value, aesthetic value, and which is used in bringing about greenery as well. So if you see this plant, besides ornamental value, it has a lot of medicinal importance. Like it is used in chronic fevers, then constipations, inflammation, and so on and so forth. Then this matter is available on the net or in the literature. We can see the different countries have brought out. Many countries have brought out issued a postal stamp on Delonix regia. And the next plant is Cassia fistula. Cassia fistula is commonly known as the golden shower or Persian cassia or Indian laburnum. The plant has medicinal uses. The fruit pulp is considered to be a purgative. And in Ayurvedic medicine, this tree is known as Aragveda. So that means it means a disease killer. So again, a large number of many countries, including India, you can see here the golden shower. There is Cassia fistula, the plant, which belongs to Fabaceae, and it has nitrogen fixing abilities like Delonix regia or the gulmohar. Also, there was a definitive stamp issued by India on this Cassia fistula, also called as the amalthus. It is known by different names. Then coming to the rain tree. The rain tree is again a tree that has importance because it could be used for afforestation programs like the earlier 2 plants. And then this called as the rain tree or the 5 o'clock plant. Rain tree because the leaves fold in the rainy weather. And in the evening at 5 o'clock, you find that the leaves, it's like this tree goes to sleep. So if the leaves fold, and therefore it is called as the rain tree or the 5 o'clock plant. And quite a few countries have issued a stamp on the saman or the rain tree. And coming to Peltophorum pterocarpum, again a member of Fabaceae, which is used in plantation roadside tree, which is again aesthetic or ornamental value. And this it's commonly called as the yellow flame or the copper pod, which belongs to Fabaceae, and it is again used in it has medicinal properties. Besides it, the foliage is used as fodder crop. Coming to some more tree species like the chinar Platanus orientalis, which is a tree that is is found in Kashmir, exclusively found in Kashmir. It gives a very good ambience. Then Ficus religiosa, the people tree. This is the people tree, which is a sacred, it's also called as the sacred fig. It is a native of Indian subcontinent and Indochina that belongs to the family Moraceae. According to Hindu mythology, Lord Brahma resides in the people's tree roots. Lord Vishnu resides in the people tree trunk, while Lord Shiva lives in the people tree leaves. Then coming to the sal tree, sal or Soria robusta belonging to Dipterocarpaceae. This tree has religious, medicinal, and commercial significance. As far as the commercial significance is concerned, it is used in furniture industry. It has medicinal value, like it is used in diarrhea and dysentery because of its astringent properties. Then Ficus bengalensis, or the banyan tree. Now this banyan tree is important because banyans are ecological linchpins. They hold different components together. They produce vast crop of these figs, which attract many birds, bats, primates, and other creatures, which in turn help in the dispersal of large number of other plant species. The great banyan tree in the Acharya Jagdish Chandra Bose Botanical Garden near Calcutta is about 250 years old and covers an area of 14,500 square meters of land, that is 3.5 acres. It is the widest tree in the world. There are again, this is a set that was issued by the India Post. Besides San Marino, I could find a stamp released by San Marino on the banyan tree. Then the Butea monosperma, or the flame of the forest, again a member of the Fabaceae. It's called as the flame of the forest, and it is found in northern India. It is considered as a weed in northern India, a weedy tree, and also it's found in Sri Lanka. It has medicinal values, and this is Kadamba, Neolamarchiana Kadamba, which belongs to Rubiaceae. It was called as Adenocephalus Kadamba earlier. So, which is again which has a lot of medicinal values, like it is anti-inflammatory, anti-helminthic, anti-analgesic, antipyretic, diuretic, and laxative. In Gliricidia sapium, this plant is used for fencing, fodder, green manure, intercropping, and also it is used as a red poison. The genus, or the Gliricidia, it means mouse killer. So it refers to the seeds and the bark of this particular plant, which is the rodenticidal properties. And besides, the plant is a member of the Fabaceae, which has root nodules, and therefore it is a good soil improver. It improves the nitrogen levels in the soil. This is a Thespecia populina, which is the Indian tulip tree, which it has medicinal properties, and it is also used as a timber plant. And it is used in the seeds are used in scabies and other skin diseases. They also rubbed on the swollen joints. Then this is Tamarindus indicus, that is tamarind plant, tamarind tree. This pulp is important, which is used as in food. And a few countries have issued stamps of Tamarindus indica. Coming to Barringtonia asiatica, which is called as the fish poison tree, member of the Lecythidaceae. And this fish poison tree, the leaves are medicinal, which when you squeeze the juice of the leaves, it would relieve pain over of the wounds. So the juice is also used in deworming. And these dried pods of these plants are powdered, and they are added to water, like it could be streams or the rivers or ponds, and that would stupefy the fish. It would kill the fish, but it will not affect the flesh, and therefore this fish can be eaten. The second plant here is Erythrina variegata, which is the Indian coral tree belonging to Fabaceae, again a nitrogen fixer. And this plant is an ornamental plant. It too has got saponins, and as a result, this plant can also be used as a fish poison tree for stupefying fish. Then the olive tree, the tree of importance, economically important plant, tree of commerce, where the it is found growing in the countries, all the countries in the Mediterranean, then in Australia, New Zealand, North and South America, and South Africa. It has been used for as the oil is extracted from olive, and olives, if you visit the European countries, then you find the olives. They start right from the breakfast. You find the olive fruits, both the black olives and the green olives. And olives are known to reduce the blood sugar levels, the cholesterol and the uric acid. And then it also helps against diabetes, rheumatism, and various other medicinal properties. Now coming quickly to the different fruit crops, the commonly found fruit crops, fruit trees, namely the Anacardium occidentally, the cashew tree, which was introduced by the Portuguese for the first time in the 16th century. Since then, it has become an important plant, important tree in Goa and other parts of India, Malvan and other areas. Then Artocarpus heterophyllus, the jackfruit tree, belonging to Moraceae. This is the largest known fruit, Artocarpus or the jackfruit. And then pomegranate, Punica granatum. This fruit is it has medicinal values. Even the rind is used as anti-dysentery or anti-diarrheal properties it has. And this is chiku, Malancara sapota, chiku belonging to Sapotaceae, which is again a fruit tree. Then coming to papaya, plant is an important plant because the papaya fruit is used as a laxative, and even the other parts of the papaya plant, the branches, the leaves and all, they are important in medicine. The Mangifera indica, it's a mango. There are different varieties of mango. In Goa, it is believed that there were more than 100 varieties existing, and the best varieties, it depends on the price would depend upon the variety. Some of the best varieties, like we have the Manpura, then the Musrad, which fetches a great price in the market. And then coconut, again, important plant. Every part of this plant is, or this tree is important. It is useful. We talk about the tetrapex containing the tender coconut. It is a big market today. And then the stem, which is used for making rafters, and the shells, the husk, every part is important. Miriam oleander is commonly known as, it is an ornamental or a small tree, ornamental shrub or a small tree. So it contains cardiac glycosides, olendrine and nerine, and these two are very poisonous, and this makes the plant poisonous. This a leaf, if it's consumed by a child, would be lethal. And among there are different colors. Among these, colors, the red flowered variety is more toxic. Hypomia pescapre is a prostrate perennial which is found in the sandy shores. Many countries have issued the stamp of Hypomia pescapre. It is a sand binder or a stabilizer, and it is the first plant to colonize the sand dunes. And along with this plant, there's another plant which is a grass, that is Spinifex squarosus, which appear. So both these plants, they appear together on the sand dunes. They stabilize the dunes. Now moving on to the insectivorous plants. So the insectivorous or the carnivorous plants. So we know that insectivorous plants are the plants which eat just insects, whereas carnivorous plants, they eat insects as well as animals. However, we can call the insectivorous plants as carnivorous plants because carnivorous plants also eat insects. So these carnivorous plants, they derive their nutrients from by trapping these animals or protozoans or insects, arthropods, and that is one means. And the other way is that since they are green in color, they are autotrophic, they can produce, carry out photosynthesis, and as a result, they get energy through photosynthesis. So they have this double mechanism of acquiring energy. The carnivorous plants, they adapt to places which are poor in soil nutrients and especially nitrogen and rich in organic acids. The 2020 assessment, it has been found that nearly a quarter of these carnivorous plants or these insectivorous plants are threatened with extinction because of the human actions. Now, coming to the different mechanisms, some of the mechanisms which these carnivorous, these insectivorous plants exhibit include the pitfall traps, like in the pitcher plant, for example, Nepenthes, Darlingtonia, and Serracenia. We find that they have a large pitcher, a deep cavity which is filled with a digestive liquid here, and then the inner lining of these has got hairs. So the moment, and there is a lid, the moment the insect gets into this pitcher, it cannot move back. It cannot come out because of the presence of hairs, and then it struggles and finally falls into this digestive liquid and gets digested because of the enzymes. Then the second type is the flypaper trap, butterwort, which is where the leaf surface, it is sticky mucilage, or it has sticky mucilage or glue, and this leaf it has glands. So the moment a insect falls on this, then it gets glued attached to this. It cannot move, and therefore the insect gets killed, and then the rest of the thing happens. Then the snap traps are found in Venus flytrap, Dionia plant, and also Venus flytrap. The snap traps are found in the water wheel plant. That is the Aldrovanda vesiculosa. These are again two types of plants. One is the terrestrial plant, that's the Venus flytrap, whereas the water wheel is a aquatic plant. And then the bladderwort type of traps, bladderwort trap they are called, as they are found in bladderwort or in Utricularia. You can see here the beautiful set of 4 stamps issued by USA, which depicts, which shows the pitfall traps and snap traps. These are the snap traps in Venus flytrap and Drosera anglica. So where the insect gets trapped, the moment the insect falls on this, it gets immediately trapped, it folds, and then the insect is trapped. And the pitfall trap in Darlingtonia californica, there is a cobra lily plant, where insect enters through this and gets trapped inside. And also in Serracenia flava, which is a yellow trumpet, which also has the same mechanism, the pitcher mechanism. This is the water wheel plant. There is a Aldrovanda vesiculosa, which has a snap type of snap traps. It grows snapping traps underwater and it traps fishes, insects, and the tadpoles. And a few countries, including Japan, has issued the stamps on the water wheel plant. And some of the other species of Nepenthes, the pitcher plant, the Nepenthes mirabilis, which is called as a monkey cap. Countries like Thailand and Palau and Seychelles, they have issued stamps on this particular species. Also, Indonesia has issued a stamp on Nepenthes mirabilis and Nepenthes ampullaria. You can see the distinct differences in the morphology of the pitcher in Nepenthes mirabilis and Nepenthes ampullaria, indicating that they are very distinct species. This is one of the illustration of Nepenthes raja. So Malaysia has issued this set of 4 stamps, where Nepenthes raja is a important pitcher plant, which is endemic to Borneo. It is the largest pitcher plant and capture small vertebrates like frogs, lizards. You can see a rat here, and there's some dead organism that is the lizard, and it produces this giant-shaped urn-shaped traps, which can grow up to 41 centimeters high and about 20 centimeters width, and it can accommodate about 3.5 liters of water. And this particular species, Nepenthes raja, is considered as an endangered species by the IUCN, that is International Union for Conservation of Nature. Now, these are some more species of Drosera. You can see that Drosera species, Drosera rupicola, then Drosera insomni. And this is Cephalotus follicularis, which is an endangered species, and Nepenthes species, and Nepenthes rafflesiana, which is issued by the Brunei Post. Again, some Nepenthes Ritchie, Nepenthes loi, then Nepenthes cassiana is an endangered species that is found in India in the Meghalaya region, and India has issued Indian Post has issued a stamp on Nepenthes cassiana way back in 2005. Then some more species of Nepenthes from Philippines, where they have issued a beautiful sheet and 4 different stems of the different species of Nepenthes. This is Nepenthes perveli, which is found endemic to the Seychelles. So Seychelles have issued a sheet which depicts this particular stamp here, and also another stamp again from by Seychelles. And there's a painting of Marianne Knott, an English Victorian biologist and botanical artist. This also has been displayed on one of the stamps issued by Seychelles. Besides, Madagascar has also issued 2 stamps on Nepenthes pervili. These are some of the hybrids which are plants which have commercial importance. They are crossing between the two, hybridization we call it, crossing between the 2 species and 2 different species and getting a hybrid. So this has ornamental importance. Some endangered species, 2 endangered species stems have been brought out by the United Nations. One is Darlingtonia californica, which is the cobra lily, which is endangered, and Cephalotus follicularis, which is the Western Australian pitcher plant, which is again endangered plant. Now moving on to medicinal and aromatic plants, India has issued a beautiful set of 4 stamps on Tulsi, that is Ocimum, then which is a medicinal plant, age-old medicinal plant, turmeric also, which is used in as a spice in curries. Besides, it has a lot of medicinal importance. Then Rolfia serpentina, which is a plant that is used in the treatment of hypertension. It's a very important plant, and then medicinal plant, and then aloe vera or aloe barbidans, which is important plant because it is used in health benefits and also in treating skin injuries, burns and wounds, and so many, I mean, for thousands of years. Besides, there are many countries which have brought out stamps on aloe vera. You can see here that so many countries have brought out stamps on aloe vera, indicating its importance. Then this is Datura, or it's also called as the Datura metal is the botanical name. It's also called as the Jimson weed, which has medicinal value. It is used in the treatment of dental and skin infections. It has anti-inflammatory properties, and but it is a poisonous and hallucinogenic plant. Again, a few countries have brought out stamps on Datura. This is Mentha piperata, which is a hybrid mint between water mint and spearmint. Now, this mint plant is used in cooking, and it also has medicinal importance, like in vomiting, nausea, flatulence, indigestion. It has importance. Some of the spices, the beautiful set of 4 stamps issued by Mauritius on nutmeg, coriander, clove, and cardamom, which apart from its use as a spice, it has so many other medicinal uses which are listed here. Then I just showed these 2 slides, this slide and the next slide, where Macau has issued these 4 stamps which are medicinally important in Macau. And then this particular souvenir sheet which has again 4 plants the photos of 4 plants, namely Chrysanthemum indicum, then Plumeria rubra, then honeysuckle, and the red cotton, that is Bombyx. Now these 4 plants, the purpose of issuing this set of 4 stems and the sheet was that they wanted to highlight the importance of the medicinal plants to the public, so that the people would protect the medicinal plant resources and the natural environment, and as well as help to develop the, to protect these plants from exploited. This is Parijat tree, which has there are many legends about this tree. This is a set of 2 stems in Parijat issued by India Post. One being it says that Arjun brought this tree from heaven, and Kunti used to offer and crown Lord Shiva with its flowers. There's another saying that Lord Krishna brought this tree for his beloved queen Rukmini. So there are, this is an important plant which has medicinal value, which I've listed here: anti-inflammatory, antipyretic, laxative, and skin ailments, rheumatism, sedative. Then there's a set of 4 stems again brought by the India Post on medicinal plants like Gugul, which is used in incense and in Vedic medicine. It has a resin which is called as the Gugul, and this particular plant is found in Pakistan and in India, the southern Pakistan and western India. And Brahmi, there's Bacopa muneri, which is again a medicinal plant which is used for centuries as an Ayurvedic medicine. It enhances the thinking, memory, and the learning power. And Amla, of course, we all know that Amla is a highly medicinal plant which is used as a tonic to build up lost vigor and vitality. It has also a strong antioxidant property. And ashwagandha, which is called as the Indian ginseng, which is again used in Ayurvedic medicines to ease pain, inflammation, and many other uses. This is a touch-me-not plant, or Mimosa pudica, we call it Fedeshi. It's a soil enricher or soil improver. At times it appears like weed, and it is used in, it's highly medicinal plant which is used in various urogenital disorders. Then piles, in piles it's a very important plant, dysentery, and also is applied to cure wounds, cuts. When the leaf paste is applied over the cuts, it heals the cuts. And then Cymbopogon citratus, which is used to treat digestive problems and high blood pressure. And Moringa oleifera, or the drumstick plant. This is lemongrass. This is drumstick plant. It is called as the tree of life. This plant has medicinal uses, like it helps to control the blood sugar, get better sleep, enhances the vigor and energy. And the seeds are, as well as the leaves are used to purify the water. And this is Jatropha gossypifolia, which is a black physic nut, and it is used in treating sores, sprains, and rash. And besides, this particular plant is used as a biodiesel plant in the modern times. This is a Gloriosa superba, which is the flower of this Gloriosa superba is the national flower of Zimbabwe, and it is used. It has got a lot of medicinal uses. Then Morinda citrifolia, which is which is a very important medicinally important plant. It has got so many uses. The most important use is it is used as an anti-cancer drug plant, where the fruits are eaten. And in the recent times, it has become quite famous and quite expensive as well. Then the neem plant, Azadirachta indica, which has insecticidal and pesticidal properties, and it is used in like the hair products or the dental products. It is used and has several medicinal uses. And Andrographis paniculata, which is called as a green cherita, or we call it as kirante, which is again which has use against cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, so many other uses, dysentery, malaria, and so on. Then coming to the plants are the fiber yielding plants like Gossypium hirsutum, the upland cotton uh, belonging to Malvaceae. Then this is Cocos nocifera, coconut, which is again yields also fibers. Then cocos, that is a jute plant, and the agave plant. These are important fiber yielding plants. Brazil has brought out a 4-stem set on uh, these plants, the fiber yielding plants. Now coming to the next section of this is the mangroves. Mangroves, we know that the plants which grow in the saline habitats of the tropic and subtropical regions, and these plants can adapt to tolerate extreme tides, fluctuating salinity, high temperatures, and low oxygen levels. In these plants grow under specific environmental situations. With the beautiful set of 10 stems and a miniatureship which is brought by Sri Lankan Post, wherein they have shown Brugueria, 3 species of Brugueria. This genus has about 5 species. 3 species are listed here. And then this is Nipa fruticans, which is a commonly known as the Nipa palm or the mangrove palm. This is the only palm species that is found in the Indian and Pacific Oceans. I mean, in these areas where there are mangroves, it is found in Sundarbans, but it is slowly disappearing, and therefore it has been declared as endangered plant species. Then among the mangroves, there are true mangroves and associate mangroves. The true mangroves inhabit the intertidal zones that where there is high salinity, where the associate mangroves they inhabit the landward fringes of the mangrove habitat. That is on the land side where the salinity is less. So therefore, the true mangroves, based on the salinity tolerance, the true mangroves are called as helophytes, while the associate mangroves are called as the glycophytes. So we find this is Clerodendron inermis, which is a associate mangrove where the stems have been issued. But then also this is Rhizophora micronata and that is Brugueria gymnorrhiza. These are the true mangroves. The true mangroves can take up very high salinity levels and grow in those areas. Some of the distinguishing characters of these true mangroves includes it has extensive root system and buttresses. The stem portion are flattened so that they can withstand those conditions. It has salt excreting leaves. The salt is excess of salt that is taken up. It gets excreted through the leaves. Then there are pneumatophores. These are pneumatophores which are called as the breathing roots. And of course, there is vivipary. Vivipary refers to a phenomenon when seeds and embryos begin to develop before they detach from the parent plant. You find that here they have formed, you can see these structures. These are called as the propagules. So these propagules will grow while they are on the plant, and then it gets its nutrition from the host plant, from the mother plant, as well as being green, it can synthesize its own food. So, and then when it grows about 50 centimeters or so, then this propagule will fall on the ground directly in the mucky marsh, and then this will grow into a tree. So this is a beautiful mechanism of, I mean, the viviparous reproduction is a beautiful mechanism of reproduction. This bird is called as the mangrove finch, which is referred to as Darwin's finch, which is endemic to the Galapagos Islands. And this is the only bird that is found growing in the mangroves. And it feeds on insects, the larvae and spiders and other vegetable matter from the mangroves. And this is again it's an endangered bird with only 100 of such birds remaining. This is Candelia Kandal, which is again a plant which shows vivipary. You can see that these propagules are produced on the tree. Now, if you see that there's been a lot of efforts in other countries where people are trying to protect the mangroves because of various reasons. Mangroves, they protect us against natural calamities, the cyclones or the hurricanes or the tsunamis. They are they are like frontline warriors who face this. And There, here also you find that people are involved in the afforestation of the mangrove sites. And besides, they are nurturing sites for marine as well as terrestrial organisms. You find crabs and fishes in this ecosystem, and also you find the apiary, the honeybees. They produce honey also. So these plants give us food, timber, fuel, and medicine. And besides, they are carbon sinks, because these plants, the mangrove plants, can fix about 10 times more carbon than the terrestrial plants or the terrestrial forests. Therefore, they are important. And we know that because of the CO2 increase, carbon dioxide increase in the environment, because of human interference, like we have industrialization, we have so many other, we are increasing the carbon dioxide levels in the, because of pollution also, we increase the carbon dioxide level in the air, and uh, that increases, that affects and can cause the global warming. And therefore, to avoid this, one of the ways to protect these mangroves so that they would be able to sequester carbon. The beautiful set of 4 stems and this sheet that was issued by India, where you can see Nipa fruticans, the palm tree, which is depicted here. And there have been efforts from other countries, like among the all countries, the Indonesia has the highest area of mangrove coverage, about 19%, followed by Australia, which is 10%, Brazil and Nigeria has 7%, while India has got 3.3%. And every year, we find that this is the first mangrove museum, world's first mangrove museum, which has been opened in Sri Lanka on the World Mangrove Day. The whole objective is to protect the nation's mangrove forests. So every year on 26th July is celebrated as the International Day of Conservation of the Mangrove Ecosystem, to raise awareness among people that it is a unique, special, and vulnerable ecosystem, and to promote solutions for their sustainability. So there have been postal stamps issued for conservation of the mangroves. Then moving on to some of the weedy plant species, like Australia issued a set of 4 plant species. Besides that, we have Econia crescipes, which is a common weed after Salvinia molesta in Goa and other parts of India. You can see these 4 species. And Argemona mexicana is another weed, which is called as the Mexican poppy, which is a weed. It also has medicinal values. Lantana camera also is a weed in North India, which is called as the common lantana. It also has medicinal values. Then this is Calotropis procera, the apple of Sodom, which is again the plant which at times become a weed, and it also has medicinal importance. The latex is important medicinally. Again, it's also a poisonous plant. Now coming to some of the unusual stems. This is a sheet of coffee lime issued by Malaysia. It's unusual because this it smells. It has a fragrance of this lemon. So also this Eucalyptus globulus, eucalyptus plant. This is issued by Australia, which has the eucalyptus oil smell. So these plants they again have a medicinal value. Now moving on to some more unusual plants. This is a Prosopis cinerea, which is the national tree of UAE. It is also known as the state tree of Rajasthan. It is called as Kejri. India has already issued a stamp way back in 1988, I believe, on Kejri. And this is again a stamp issued by UAE. And this stamp in India has got a history that in 1730 AD, the village of Kejarli near Jodhpur in Rajasthan was a scene of violent environmental confrontation. At that time, Amrita Devi and her 3 young daughters, they gave up their lives in an attempt to protect these Kejri trees. which the then Maharaja Abhay Singh had ordered to cut down in order to make way for his new palace. So this led to the widespread defiance in which, believe me, 363 people were killed trying to save these trees. And these trees has set a precedence for starting the Chipko movement later in the year, in the 1970s. So this particular tree, this particular stem, it has seeds of this is called daf tree or the kajri. So kajri tree or daf tree, the seeds attached to it, affixed to it. So that is the specialty, and therefore it comes under the unusual category. This is the plant. And then Oryza sativa rice. Thailand has issued a stem with the seed of rice, Oryza sativa rice. And why they have issued this particular stamp is because their king, King Bhumibol, he has realized the importance of rice and how it is important for feeding the population. And his is the only kingdom where he has a place for a rice field in his compound, palace compound. Here he studied, experimented, and developed rice varieties, and also developed their protocol or the know-how for cultivation. And then later on, he has given these varieties, the new developed varieties that he has developed to his farmers in his country, and then he has done a great job in popularizing these new varieties, for which in 1986 he was conferred a gold medal of the International Rice Award by IRI, the International Rice Research Institute. So therefore, this value has this stamp has a much significance. And then some of the other stamps where they have again attached seeds. This is issued by Netherlands, where seeds have pink petunia, snapdragon seeds, where these stamps on top they have these seeds, and also the vegetable seeds like carrot, parsley, and broccoli, lettuce. So the seeds are enclosed in this, and in fact these stamps are to be sold within those countries. And then this is lesson seeds, which is Medicinal sativa, which is issued by Morocco, and again Spain has issued stamps with seeds attached to it. So also Austria has issued a packet-like structure with the stamp, and inside this packet you find the stem seeds of the trees. This is Trinidad and Tobago stamp, which has seeds attached here to the stems. And finally, coming to the last slide, this is the oak tree, which represents the symbol of forest wealth in Gabon. And this tree has a special place in the life of the Gabonese people, because this is used in making canoe. The coal and bark is used in traditional medicine. And this is also a stamp, which is, all these three are issued on, which have plants and photographs of plants on them, and these are issued on wood. So these are issued on wood, and this was issued during the bicentenary of the Bogor Botanical Garden in 2017 on wood. And this is again the reserve forest in eastern. So we see that there are so many plants which have found their way, their place on the postage stamps, and then the plants which have not only medicinal plants or plant trees which have economic importance or ornamental value, but even some woody plants also have found their importance. And then because of the technologies, the newer technologies, we find that even the wood is used as a printing material for the stamps. So with this, I would like to end my presentation, and I would like to thank all the learned audience for their patience. Thank you.
Professor Bernard, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Have you acquired all these stamps, or all are under your collection only, as a part of your collection?
I have most of these stamps.
Okay, okay. And another thing, this is actually a material which is worth for publishing in research articles in various SCI journals. Have you published anything so far, or in the process? Or
No, sir. I just started preparing this presentation about, it took me almost 2 weeks during my free time, and only for
no,
this.
because it is worth publishing, because you have shown almost everything under the sun. I don't think you have left anything for chance.
I think there
So-
are plenty more things, sir. Plenty of
Yeah.
more this.
And maybe somebody can do a PhD even. Somebody can even do a PhD on this topic. Seriously.
Yes, sir. Sir, what Ramesh Kumar sir, what you have said is perfect. I am telling the same thing to Bernard sir. That so much collection and so much knowledge he has got. So really he can guide one student.
And he should publish. Vartak sir,
Yeah,
he should
yeah,
publish.
correct.
He should publish in some good standard international journals,
Yeah,
because
yes.
at least he should use this in the classroom material. He should use this as a classroom material.
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, we are trying to prepare, with your help, we are trying to prepare a syllabus for our, at the PG level, a course on philately, which is very important. And we can use this material in other material as well.
Yeah, Professor Bernard, I have been doing it for oceanography and atmospheric sensors recently of Goa University, and remote sensing also. I'm also into that. Board of Studies.
Yes.
Atmospheric sensors, oceanography, marine sensors. I'm into that. But now maybe philately we can think, because that's a fantastic idea. We should do it.
Yes.
At least in Goa, we should do it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Bernard.
I want to thank you, Ajit, for inviting me. This was an international presentation today. I'm in Rochester, New York, in the United States, and I enjoyed the presentation immensely. I get out a lot looking for, mostly for flowers and mushrooms, not so much on all the other plants, but I also do philately mostly with minerals on stamps, but I enjoyed this presentation as well. Thank you very much for inviting me, Ajit.
Yeah, thank you for it. We are going to keep your presentation sometimes in the same series, philately series sometimes.
Yeah, I had, as Ajit knows, I have a presentation on minerals on stamps that is somewhat similar to what I just heard today. And if this is the time you normally meet, it's 8 o'clock or 8:30. It's now 9 o'clock over here and on Sunday morning. So that certainly works for me. If that's the time you normally meet, if you would like to hear a presentation on minerals on stamps, I do have one I can give.
Yes, sure. Yes, thank you. Any more questions?
Sir, will you
Hello?
please stop sharing?
Yeah, I'll do
Hello.
Ah.
Hello.
It's done.
Bolo.
Hello. I'm Dr. Lattu. I have a query about the stamp of Parijatak. Will you please clear it? The photograph and on the stamp and other side also. Little bit confusing. Parijatak stamp.
Issued by India.
Yeah, no. But
Issued by
can
India.
you just show the slide again, please?
I'll have to.
Because they have showed some different type of leaves which are not present in Parijatak.
Let's stop sharing. I'll have to open it again. It will take some time. Sir.
Okay.
But I think, sir, you can tell just what is your observation.
Yes, observation.
Yeah, please.
My observation is that the leaves don't depict the Parijatak there. They have been shown like the leaves of silk cotton.
Shall I go to the presentation?
Or maybe something wrong with my sighting, looking at that. But you can just see it if it is possible. Otherwise, just leave it. I am very happy. Wonderful presentation and a lot of information on various type of plants and all that. Thank you very much.
Because it is going to take another 5 minutes for me to open it again.
Then take it, sir. But later on, I think later on you can see and we can talk about that.
Yes, later on we can do that.
Yes.
There are.
Hello, I'm Rajani Sohani. I want to know about the Prosopis cineraria, with the slide which you have shown just before some last few slides before that. Prosopis
Yes.
cineraria.
Yes.
The KJD.
Details, I missed the details of that slide particularly.
Beg your pardon, ma'am?
Prosopis cineraria.
Yes. You want something on it?
Yeah, details of that particular stamp.
Sure. Yes.
About
yes.
about that particular genus. Information about that particular genus.
Sure. Sure. Ma'am. I will share my email.
Yeah, will
and
do.
in the chat, and then you can always send me email. I will send it to you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. It was a great presentation, sir.
Thank you.
And as Pai sir said and Vartak sir said, you can publish it in a book form so that it will be available for the widespread audience and
Thank you.
widespread
Ma'am,
readers
I
also.
already send you my email. It is there on the chat box.
Yeah,
Yeah, sir, it is
And
there.
then I'll send you the information.
yeah.
Thank you. Ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
In chat box, we have some comments here.
Yes.
The nice and interesting information, wonderful stamps, most of them never seen. And the request is there to upload this lecture on the YouTube. Yes, it will be uploaded on the Mission Devrai YouTube channel. For the excellent presentation, the appreciation is lot, sir. And actually, one word, it is very good. Encyclopedic information. Yes, it's really like an encyclopedia, because right from the ornamental plants to unusual plants, a huge journey we have covered in 1 hour. The again the comment for the journal, that the publication, if any publication is there, the presentation is appreciated by most of everybody, rather everybody appreciated that. And they have actually given different words like fabulous, fantastic, thank you very much, and everybody is very happy with that. Here sir, he share his email ID. Just I again read it out. FELINOV@gmail.com. So please, you can communicate with sir, and many more interactions and sharing will be there. So this is really, we don't have any words to say that this is fantastic or fabulous. Right from the fossil stamps, we have started our journey. Just like we learn, the botany person learn the evolution, and start from the fossil to the unusual stamps is a full journey what we have made with these stamps. All the slides, they were extremely good, fully audible and visible. Especially you, sir, you told that it is not a botany lecture, but it's a complete botany, because we learn about the ornamental plants and aesthetic value, the cultural importance, whatever the reflecting in the stamps, the medicinal utility, most of the stamps, most of the plants we have seen. And it is really amazing to know that so many medicinal stamps, they are available. The poisonous plants, you also talk about the significance, and actually you are saying, but we know that you are very good teacher, so you can your comments and your significance telling about the mangroves, especially the adaptations of the mangroves. It's actually the very different experience. Thank you very much, sir, for this deep knowledge. My guide, Dr. Vartak, he starts his, we all students rather, starts our journey from the collection of plants, but he also loved the plants, shells and stamps. And the stamps journey with the plants is really a great gratitude and remembrance to my dear sir. So on this occasion, a wonderful journey of the stamps is presented. Sir Rodrigues, sir, we are really thankful to you for all these 3 institutes, Maharashtra Vriksha Samvardhini, Goa University, Botany Department, and Botany Department, Savitribai Phule, Pune University. Thanks, sir. Thank you very much. And I'm sure all my audience, they have actually gone through this fabulous journey. Everybody is amazed with this beautiful collection of stamps and the plants, and they will definitely interact with you. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot. Ajit, over to you for further announcements.
First, I would like to thank Bernard sir for accepting our invitation and giving wonderful presentation. As everybody has told that it was really means a great journey because I think I also seen for the first time plants on stamp this type of presentation. I have never seen any presentation related with plants or stamps. So this was probably the first presentation given by sir. And as everybody has mentioned that he must have come out with a book at least, because so much information he has got. I know that he has got a fantastic collection also, and he don't have time actually to do work on those stamps, and he is just telling that after my retirement I will concentrate on that, but we expect before that only. So sir, we expect a book from you. Second, I would like to thank Shyam sir also for joining this presentation, and with a short notice also he joined, and he shared his memories also. I would like to tell about next programs in the same Philately series next month on 4th Saturday, that is on 28th May, same time, 6 p.m. We have talk by Dr. Ramani from Bangalore. He'll be talking about insects on stamp. He's again a very famous entomophilatelist. So next month, 4th Saturday, that is on 28th May, we have presentation by Dr. Ramani on insects on stamps. And one more lecture, that is tomorrow only. Tomorrow we have a lecture by Dr. Mandar Datar from Agharkar Research Institute, and he will be talking about plant species from different forts of Maharashtra. But it will be in Marathi, that is Gad Kilyanuril Vanaspati. So tomorrow 6 p.m. we'll be meeting again and talk by Dr. Mandar Datar. He'll talk about the plants from different forts of Maharashtra, but it will be in Marathi. That is Gad Kilyanuril Vanaspati, tomorrow 6 o'clock. So I think with this we can conclude, and Upadhyay